Have you ever noticed how some elders carry a soft, glowing smile on their face, one that seems unshakable even in the middle of life's storms? It makes you wonder, what do they know that we don't? Why do people who've lived long lives often seem calmer, happier, and more at peace than the rest of us? Today we're uncovering the 5 powerful secrets behind the lasting happiness of elders. Truths that can transform the way you live, no matter your age. Secret 1: they know what truly matters. When we are young, life feels like a race. We chase after careers, money, recognition, and possessions. We compare ourselves with others, always trying to keep up or stay ahead. But with age comes a profound shift, a realization that not everything we thought was important actually matters. Elders smile more because they have clarity. They've lived through decades of distractions and noise, and they've filtered out the unnecessary. They know that the size of your house doesn't matter as much as the love inside it. They know that the brand of your car doesn't mean anything if you don't have anyone to share the journey with. This is why, when you sit with an elder, you'll rarely hear them boast about promotions or bank balances. Instead, they talk about family, memories, friendships, and little moments that brought them joy. For them, happiness is no longer tied to achievements. It's tied to meaning. Think about this. A grandmother may spend hours watching her grandchildren play. To an outsider, it looks ordinary. But to her, it's everything, because she knows time is short and love is what lasts. That smile on her face isn't because life is perfect, but because she's focused on what truly matters. Now here's where the wisdom kicks in for us. You don't have to wait until you're old to learn this secret. You can choose today to shift your focus. Ask yourself, am I investing my energy into things that bring lasting peace, or am I wasting it on things that will not matter in 5 years? The first secret of lasting happiness is simple but life-changing. Prioritize people and moments over possessions and achievements. Let me share a short story. There was once a man who spent his entire life building a business empire. He worked day and night, sacrificing family gatherings, birthdays, and vacations. When he retired, he had everything: wealth, properties, influence. But one day he realized he was eating dinner alone night after night. His children were distant, his relationships fragile. He had chased what he thought mattered, only to discover too late that he had missed the real treasures of life. Now contrast this with an old woman I once met at a park. She lived in a modest home, didn't own much, but every Sunday her children and grandchildren filled her house with laughter. She told me, "I don't have riches, but I feel like the richest woman alive." Her smile was deep, genuine, and unshakable, because she had invested in what truly mattered. Science also supports this truth. Studies on happiness consistently show that strong relationships bring more satisfaction than money, success, or even health. Elders, through years of trial and error, have already discovered this. That's why they smile more. They've stopped chasing illusions. But here's the challenge. While young, we often get blinded. We believe happiness lies in the next purchase, the next job, the next milestone. Elders smile because they've learned the truth. Happiness is not in the next thing, it's in the now. So if you want to carry that same kind of peaceful smile, learn from the elders. Start asking yourself, who are the people I want to spend more time with? What memories do I want to create? Am I giving enough attention to love, laughter, and connection? Because at the end of the road, these are the things you'll hold on to, not the awards or the money. Elders smile because they've freed themselves from society's endless race. They know what truly matters, and that secret alone can transform your life today. Secret 2: they let go of what they can't control. One of the most powerful reasons elders smile more is because they've mastered the art of letting go. In their younger years, they too worried endlessly about careers, children, money, health, and the thousand little uncertainties of life. But with age, they discover a liberating truth. Not everything is in their control. Think about it. So much of our stress comes from trying to fix things that we simply cannot fix. We get upset because people don't behave the way we want. We get anxious about the future, fearing what may or may not happen. We replay the past, wishing we could change mistakes. But elders, after decades of living, finally realize that fighting against what you can't control only steals your peace. Instead, they choose acceptance. And that acceptance is why their smiles feel so effortless. Take, for example, the seasons. No matter how much you wish for summer, winter will come. No matter how hard you fight it, time will pass, people will change, and life will unfold. Younger people often resist this, but elders embrace it. They've seen enough winters and summers to know that everything has its time. I once spoke with an elderly man in his late 80s. He told me, "When I was young, I thought I could bend life to my will. But now I've learned to flow with it." That's the secret. Flow with life, don't fight it. His face carried a gentle smile, the kind that only comes from years of surrender and acceptance. This doesn't mean elders stop caring or give up. No, it means they put their energy into what is in their control, how they respond, how they treat others, how they spend their time. They no longer waste energy on arguments they can't win or outcomes they can't change. And here's the beauty of it: letting go doesn't make life dull. It makes life lighter. Imagine carrying a heavy bag filled with regrets, grudges, and worries. Every day you walk with it, your shoulders ache. Now imagine finally setting it down. That's what elders do. They smile because their load is lighter. Let's talk about forgiveness, because this is one of the clearest examples of letting go. Many elders forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because they deserve peace. Holding on to anger only poisons the heart, and after decades they realize it's not worth it. A grandmother once said, "I don't have time left for anger, it takes away my joy." That's wisdom. Research backs this up too. Psychologists have found that older adults tend to regulate their emotions better than younger people. They experience less anger, less frustration, and more gratitude. Why? Because they've learned what's worth holding on to, and what isn't. Here's how you can practice this secret in your own life. Pause and ask, is this within my control? If yes, act. If no, release it. Forgive quickly, not for them but for yourself. Free your heart. Accept change. Life is always moving. Instead of resisting, flow with it. Let me share a story. There was a woman who lost her husband early in life. For years she carried deep sorrow, wishing she could change the past. But as she grew older, she realized that no amount of tears could bring him back. Instead of letting grief consume her, she began focusing on what she could control: loving her children, serving her community, cherishing her memories. When I met her at 75, she smiled warmly and said, "I've stopped asking, 'Why me?' and started asking, 'What now?'" That shift allowed her to live with joy again. Elders smile more because they know that life is too short to wrestle with what cannot be changed. They've seen how storms come and go, how pain eventually softens, how even the darkest nights give way to morning. Their smile carries this unshakable faith: this too shall pass. Now ask yourself, what am I still carrying that I can't control? A past mistake? Someone else's opinion? An uncertain future? Imagine setting that down. Imagine the peace of letting go. That's the elder's gift, the freedom to smile without needing everything to be perfect. So, the second secret of lasting happiness is this: smile at life by letting go of what you cannot control. Put your energy into what you can change and free yourself from the rest. Secret 3: they live in the present moment. If you watch closely, you'll notice something beautiful about many elders. They savor life in a way most younger people don't. They don't rush through a cup of tea. They enjoy its warmth, its taste, the silence that surrounds it. They don't just take a walk, they notice the flowers, the breeze, the sound of birds. They have discovered the third secret of lasting happiness: the power of living in the present moment. When we're younger, our minds are rarely in the present. We're either worrying about the future or regretting the past. We say things like, "I'll be happy once I get that job, once I buy that house, once I reach that goal." But elders, having already chased those somedays, realize that happiness is never in the future, it's always here in the now. I once met a 92-year-old woman who told me, "Young people always ask me about my past or worry about my health in the future. But me? I just enjoy the sunshine on my face today." That simple statement carries a lifetime of wisdom. She smiles not because everything in her life is perfect, but because she refuses to postpone joy. Living in the present moment is a practice of mindfulness. Elders may not always call it that, but they embody it naturally. They know that yesterday is gone, tomorrow is uncertain, and the only time we truly own is today. Let me give you a powerful example. Imagine two people sitting at dinner. The first is constantly checking their phone, thinking about emails, worrying about tomorrow's meeting. The second puts their phone away, listens, laughs, and truly tastes their food. Who is happier? The answer is obvious. Elders smile because they've learned to be like that second person, to immerse themselves fully in the now. There's also something deeply spiritual about this. Many elders see each day as a gift, especially as they realize life is fragile. When you're younger, you think you have endless tomorrows. But elders know that each sunrise is precious. That awareness makes them treasure even small joys. Science agrees with this too. Studies on aging and happiness show that older adults are more likely to experience present moment awareness. They focus less on material ambition and more on everyday pleasures, like gardening, storytelling, or simply sitting with loved ones. That's why you often see elders smiling during the simplest activities. They don't need more to be content. So how can you live this secret today? Here are some practices. Slow down. Don't rush through your meals or conversations. Savor them. Be mindful. Notice the details, the colors of the sky, the laughter of a friend, the taste of your coffee. Limit distractions. Put down the phone, turn off the noise, and give your full attention to the moment. Practice gratitude daily. Ask yourself, what is good about today? Not just, what's next? I'll share a story here. A grandfather I once met in a nursing home was sitting by the window, quietly watching the rain. I asked him what he was thinking. He smiled and said, "When I was young, I saw rain as a problem, wet shoes, canceled plans. Now I just see it as a blessing, a reminder that life keeps flowing." That perspective, finding beauty in what once seemed inconvenient, is a gift of present moment living. You see, many of us live as though happiness is a destination. But elders smile because they know it's a practice, a choice we make moment by moment. They teach us that joy isn't hidden in the future, it's already here, waiting to be noticed. Ask yourself, when was the last time I truly lived in the moment, without rushing, without worrying, just being? That's where peace lies. So the third secret of lasting happiness is this: be present. Don't wait for tomorrow to enjoy life. Happiness is not in the next milestone, but in the moment you are living right now. Secret 4 and Secret 5: Gratitude and Purpose. We've already uncovered 3 powerful secrets behind the smiles of elders. They know what truly matters. They let go of what they can't control. They live in the present moment. Now, let's complete the circle with the final 2. These last secrets reveal why elders carry such deep, peaceful joy, joy that lasts even when life isn't easy. Secret number 4, they practice gratitude daily. One of the most beautiful traits you'll notice in elders is their ability to be grateful for the smallest things. They'll smile at a warm cup of tea, the sound of a bird, a child's laughter, or even a simple phone call from a loved one. To them, these little moments are treasures. Why? Because they've lived long enough to see how fragile life is. They've lost people, they've faced illness, they've endured hardships. And all those experiences have taught them one powerful truth: every day is a gift. I once asked a 78-year-old woman what her secret to happiness was. She replied, "Every morning I wake up and say thank you. Thank you for the sun, thank you for breath, thank you for another chance to live." Her eyes sparkled as she said it. Gratitude had become her daily medicine, her reason to smile. Modern science agrees. Research shows that gratitude literally rewires the brain, making us more optimistic, calmer, and healthier. People who practice gratitude sleep better, stress less, and report higher levels of happiness. Elders smile because they've naturally shifted into this mindset, seeing abundance instead of lack. Here's something practical you can do right now. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. Express it out loud. Thank people more often. Call a loved one and tell them why you appreciate them. Reframe struggles. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I still be grateful for?" Elders smile because their eyes are trained to see blessings everywhere. And when you live with gratitude, happiness follows naturally. Secret number 5, they keep a sense of purpose. This final secret is perhaps the deepest one. Elders smile because they still have a sense of purpose. Even in their later years, they know they matter. See, when we're young, purpose is often tied to jobs, achievements, or raising a family. But as elders, those roles may fade. Children grow up, careers end, health slows down. Yet the happiest elders are those who continue to live with purpose. Whether that's teaching wisdom, guiding grandchildren, volunteering, creating art, or simply being a source of love for their family. Purpose gives meaning to their days. Without it, life feels empty. With it, every morning becomes a reason to smile. I once met an 84-year-old man who spent his mornings planting trees in his village. When I asked why he did it, he laughed and said, "These trees won't give me shade, I'll be gone. But one day children will sit under them." That thought makes me smile. His purpose wasn't about himself, it was about leaving something behind. That's the beauty of purpose. It connects us to something bigger than ourselves. It may not always be grand. It could be as simple as baking bread for neighbors, reading stories to grandchildren, or sharing kindness with strangers. But it fuels joy. If you want to adopt this elder's secret in your own life, ask yourself, what can I give? Whose life can I touch today? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Purpose is not about age, it's about contribution. And when you live with purpose, your heart will always have a reason to smile. Bringing it all together. So why do elders smile more? It's not because their lives are easier. In fact, many have faced more hardships than we can imagine. But their smiles are deeper, wiser, and more resilient because of the 5 secrets they live by. They know what truly matters: love, relationships, and moments. They let go of what they can't control, freeing themselves from unnecessary burdens. They live in the present moment, savoring the now instead of chasing the future. They practice gratitude daily, finding joy in even the smallest blessings. They keep a sense of purpose, knowing their life still has meaning no matter the age. And here's the good news: you don't have to wait until you're old to learn these secrets. You can start today. Imagine living a life where you're not constantly stressed about the future, not bitter about the past, but smiling at the beauty of today. That's the elder's gift to us, a roadmap to lasting happiness. So the next time you see an elder smiling, remember, it's not just a smile. It's wisdom. It's peace. It's a lifetime of lessons shining through their face. And if you take these secrets to heart, that same smile can be yours too.